And you're very welcome back. And what's wrong with my earphones here are not plugged in, and I was thinking as good as anybody hearing me. So you're very welcome back, and the time is 8:04, and we're live on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and or X, I should say, and YouTube. And as promised, joining me in the studio, I have got Joseph Gibson, who's chairperson of Letterkenny Comhaltas. Joseph, you are very welcome.
Hello, Jean. Thanks for having me on.
And, chairperson of Letterkenny Comhaltas. So you're flat out now with concerts and all, but you have your sessions every Tuesday night as well as part of the Letterkenny branch.
Yeah, the branch has been very active in Letterkenny for over 60 years. We're always doing and looking for different wee projects to do to promote Irish culture in the town. So the cornerstone of all that is, of course, the Letterkenny session every Tuesday, which I believe now is in Dillon's Hotel for the winter time. But it was in Blake's Bar during the summer months. And that session has been running continuously in the town for well over 60 years. So that's the foundations of the whole thing. So a group of traditional musicians that meet weekly. And all is welcome to join if there's any musicians out there that'd like to come along to our session. It's always open and welcoming to play a wee tune on a Tuesday night. But unfortunately this Tuesday we'll be busy because we're, as you alluded to, we're running a wee concert.
And I suppose we're hosting the concert, but it's not our musicians that are taking part. It's part of a national tour, and as I said at the beginning of the show tonight, it started there on Friday night, and it's in Belfast, and it's in Cashel, and it's all over the place. But we are very lucky to have it on Grianan Theatre on Tuesday night.
We're absolutely very lucky to have it because, as you know, in the last 10 years, Irish traditional music has kind of gone through a sort of a resurgence or a renaissance, if you will. The good thing about that is a lot of young people are becoming involved in Irish traditional music again and all aspects of the Irish culture, bringing the music forward and doing it their own way and bringing in new things to it. But without the foundations of the Irish culture, and that's really what this concert's all about, because with one hand, you have lots of these young new groups, Three on the Bund, which I believe you were in attendance to there a couple of weeks ago. But groups like Bioga and stuff, where they're taking the cutting edge of Irish tradition now, but we always need to remind ourselves of the real core tradition that this country is so proud of. And this concert is it's probably the best representation of that in the country at the moment, because it features so many All-Ireland titles in one night, and it's one opportunity, and there's only a few in Ireland every year. And we are lucky to host it this year in Letterkenny. So we have the job of trying to bring people along to said concert, cairdeas, as it were, aptly named.
Mm-hmm. And from the material that was sent to us, there's 50 All-Ireland medals between the 13 musicians, and that is the creme de la creme of trad music, Joseph.
Just to put that in context, if you think of it like the All-Ireland, well, I shouldn't mention the All-Ireland GA this year maybe, but basically the All-Ireland Fleadh is as you say, the creme de la creme competition, but that's not just Ireland competitors. It's competitors from all over the world who come to Ireland to compete in Irish traditional music. So this year the concert, and every year the concert's run, it's made up of people that have won in that year. So this year, those title holders, and as you said, over 50 titles within one show in one night, you're really getting the best. These are people who have worked hard, tirelessly, practiced for hours all through their youth, missed so many family appointments throughout the years to become the very best in Irish tradition. And each year the concert has a different theme and such, but at its core, it's reminiscent of the Irish session, purest to pure trad. So,
and I was just looking at some of the musicians there. You may be more familiar with them than I am, but I see Adam or O'Connor, he's fiddle and banjo, and that would be sort of your genre of music, and 23 times All-Ireland champion.
I mean, that takes some serious work. 23 titles, and a young man, Aidmar, I believe his name is, so 23-time All-Ireland title holder, and I'm not sure how many times that's the fiddle, but I believe he'll be playing the fiddle on the night. Who else we have? We have Mary Kelly, who, aside from the titles that she has won, to just let other people know, like she has performed for Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles, and Michael D. Higgins, and Mary Robinson, presidents of Ireland and heads of state. This woman has played for, and performed in some of the best venues in all of the country and further afield. And all the people have toured internationally with these shows as well. So they're coming to Letterkenny on Tuesday to perform for our enjoyment. So it's a really it's a great honour for the town and the branch to be able to host such immense talent in one night.
Mm-hmm. And I see one of the singers as well was one of the Irish tenors. So again, the calibre of the musicians are just second to none.
Yeah. What's his name? Anthony Cairns. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the Irish tenors, and a quick Google search of him will tell you he's one of Ireland's most loved Irish tenors, and a very entertaining man he is. But as like, it was the Three Tenors, the group that they were. Some of the listeners, I'm sure, are aware. But when it comes to singing, you know, if you've got to that level, you know, there's going to be some good songs on the night and well sung.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's not just all music and song and dance. There's prose and poems as well. And you've got two wonderful narrators. Again, nationally famous. Ciana Campbell's one of them.
Yeah.
And the other one is Dermot DeFeacha.
Dermot DeFeacha, yeah. So if you think about it, cast your mind back to days of old when you were visiting Granny and Granda or going to a social event where a session was had either in the corner or the clubhouse or even at home. You have some of these classic old, like I believe they're playing Tordum to Laugh. You remember the tune? It's Tordum to Laugh. You have that. People remember them kind of tunes. And those tunes are placed throughout the concert. But for those that would be familiar with the music but feel it's a wee bit, I might get lost or it might be a bit samey, there is someone there to narrate the theme of the night and bring them into the cottage, as it were. It's in the theatre, of course, but to bring them into the mood and the atmosphere. So it's being narrated the whole night. And the concept of this particular year's concert is cairdeas, and that's friendship and connection. So the Irish tradition has always been open to everyone to join. So you have these narrators kind of steadily bringing the crowd in and keeping them involved and explaining the theme of the entire night. And what better man than Ray Conway to come along and produce this, because Abbey Theatre trained, involved in many shows over the years and developing, and most notably was it the show, the name's gone for me now, what is it, Show de Loch Ormond for the Wexford All-Ireland Flat last year. So he's a well-experienced producer who's brought these young musicians together and laced a lovely theme throughout, and people should be excited for the opportunity to join in and sample some of the very finest of Irish traditional culture as you offer today, this coming Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
So Ray's producing it, and then the musical director is Curran's. And again, he is an All-Ireland champion flute and whistle player, and certainly well known in trad circles.
Well, I believe he's been involved in these concert tours since around about 2015. That's over 10 years' experience. And just to give an example, this concert tour happens in Ireland, but it also happens in America, Canada, and throughout Europe, and I believe maybe even Asia. So he has been involved in directing these concerts for over 10 years. So that just gives you a sense of the calibre of the man that's behind pulling all these tunes together and designing this. So you're really in for. I'm quite excited and looking forward to seeing what they actually produce on the day, to be in the room and witness this, because all the ingredients are there for a truly memorable night. And you know.
Mm-hmm. And the theme of the concert is cairdeas and friendships. And you know yourself, you've been involved in trad since you were knee-high to a grasshopper, as they say.
Right.
And I'm sure you've met loads of friends and still have those friends over the years. And Comhaltas is a place where you do make friends, and you go down to the session on a Tuesday night, and there's a new person there, and they're made feel very welcome, and they come back, and again you meet them another session, and again we welcome, as you said earlier on, to different cultures. And I was listening to Ray Conway when he was talking to Greg, and it's part of their show throughout the country that they have another culture to open it, and that's exactly what's going to happen in Letterkenny as well.
Yeah, so again, I'm repeating myself, I suppose, but just as you're saying that, like, music is a great connector between us all, regardless of the genre of music that's being played. It takes a lot of the awkwardness out of a meeting. So someone comes in, whether they can play, sing, or just enjoy the music, they're taking it in, and they might just say, "Oh, I remember that tune. My granny used to sing that song," or or my granda used to play that wee tune, the Melodian. That was lovely. I really enjoyed it. Or they could actually be playing the tune, and then you get to know their name and how you're doing and play another tune. And it's a very soft meeting, as it were. And then over time, you do make these great friendships and great connections between people. And that's not just within the Irish community, of course. That's internationally, because Irish music can be very flexible and very open. And they've chosen to choose. They've decided to choose that as their theme this year. So they wanted something different to open the show, and we're delighted to announce that we have a Future Moya, which is an a cappella singing, dancing. He's a solo artist, but he's very entertaining. I forget now where he's.
I think it's Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. I'm not sure, but I've been talking to him myself, and he seems like a very entertaining character. But I have no idea what he's going to do on the night. But I've seen a few of his compadres playing at a different international festivals held in Oakfest, and entertainment value, and to take in that extra aspect of culture and to see it joining in with the Irish tradition is a wonderful thing. So it's all going to be a tapestry of one night's entertainment, if you will.
Well, it sounds fabulous, and tickets on Grianan box office, I presume, and on their website, Joe, and some Comhaltas members maybe as well.
Well, I believe it's a bank holiday tomorrow, so I'm not quite sure about the box office being open tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But obviously the box office will be open on Tuesday, so you can get your tickets directly from Grianan Theatre. But if you'd like to contact or send a message to the Comhaltas Letterkenny Facebook page, and if you're worried about not getting tickets or something, or any sort of questions at all, feel free to just drop us a wee message and we'll lay your mind at ease. But it is a midterm break now, and that was the other thing I wanted to say, because the tradition's alive and well, and there's a lot of young people out there with aspirations to go on and compete and maybe keep going, or maybe they're on the other side thinking, is there any point in keeping at this crack, because they're not seeing what the end result might be. And this is a great opportunity for parents to bring some young aspiring musicians to see what it's all about and what those long hours of practice is going to lead to, if they wish. It's just a really great and wonderful opportunity that we have to share with the people of Letterkenny and all around Donegal on Tuesday night.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, and it sounds like a great night, and many thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're off gigging now, and I'll see you on Tuesday night, and hopefully there will be bums and seats, because it's a real opportunity to see this in the northwest of Ireland.
If you haven't booked and you're still on the fence or whatever after all that, do just come along to the Grianan Theatre on Tuesday night. I'm sure we'll get you in somewhere.
Yeah. Joe, thanks a million indeed, and good luck with the gig tonight.
Thanks very much, Dean.